Well, happy Sunday, everyone. Here's a little garden update. So the grass begon that I used a week ago is starting to work. So this patch back here was just full of crabgrass. It's starting to die. And the planters are looking nice. They're getting really full. I was telling Will the other day that I think, some of our gardens or pods are kind of hitting peak season right now. And right down here is a black and blue salvia, so it's coming along really nicely. Can't wait until that's flowering. Hopefully it'll draw in some of the hummingbirds I have seen in the neighborhood. And this one's really nice. The coleus is really taking off nicely in here. Yep, I'm really loving my plant combinations this summer. They've been looking really nice. Still really liking this purple and yellow pot here with the coleus and osteos and cannellula in it. I was reading up on the cannellula. They can be used as it's an edible. You can make it into tea. You can eat the leaves. You can eat the flowers. Although they're very bitter, I heard it said. And some of our moss roses are starting to bloom in this garden here where we planted them here. Okay, so my quick fire hydrangea is budding out very nicely. Again, nice and full here. This very large patch of garden phlox is blooming. And again, my new guineas are blooming really nicely in here. It's starting to become my favorite garden. Really looking forward to the fall when the asters here in the background start flowering. And my summer crush is flowering very nicely here. And the sedum from my sisters here, and that'll be, starting to bloom here shortly. And my mystery daylily is blooming. Really liking that color. It's really nice. And then my original endless summer here. Come around to the side, you can see my white milkweed is blooming. I did have a monarch on it yesterday morning, so hopefully she laid her eggs on there. Kind of like as one flower ends, the other one starts, others start blooming. Oh, looks like we need to cut this tree growing here out of the spireas. You can hear Jack barking in the background. Haven't really noticed too much Japanese beetle activity on my plants this week. I did notice one of my neighbors had hung a Japanese beetle trap, which means they'll track them to their yard and they'll stay out of mine, hopefully. And right down here you can see my bee balm is blooming. I'm really excited. Really like that color. At first I thought this plant didn't make it over the winter. And my black-eyed Susan vine is starting to climb up the fence nicely. I've left this pot here over the winter, and this Maltese cross here flower had dropped its seeds down into the pot, and I do have some started in here, so I'll let them grow some and then find a new home for them later in the year. And now here's a look at my three-tiered planter. My vining plants are starting to vine nicely. Should be a little better next year when I get my plants planted earlier and don't plant them when they've been so stressed out for months being in tiny little pots. We did have some dahlias blooming here earlier in the week. We just hung here a hummingbird feeder, so hopefully we get some hummingbirds in the yard. And my cucumber is doing really well back here in the heat and humidity. It's really taken off. So I'm really hoping for some good cucumbers this year. See, I got flowers down here. So looks like it's very full of buds. And let's see. Right here we got ourselves a little cucumber. Here's a look at my tomato plants. They have really grown in the last week, especially after that rain we had on Monday. Really has helped things out. So I'm getting some very nice clusters of grape tomatoes here. My Romas or San Mazzanas, can't remember which one I got, but anyways, they're growing nicely there. And getting quite a few celebrity tomatoes. And my pepper plants are doing well. Got myself a few habaneros. Looks like I got 1, 2 pomblamos going. And we got some bell peppers. And over here is my little hosta beds, which are doing good. Our Christmas cactus had fallen off of the deck and smashed this fern down here, but it's recovering nicely. I'm gonna look at what's going on the deck here. So my bougainvillea is still flowering, kind of like in the shape I got it into. We'll see if it does anything as being a topiary, but for now it's doing well. And in this pot my stuff is flowering nicely. Really excited for this pot down here with the scavola, and my lantana is starting to bloom. So that's this plant right here is lantana, so it should really attract a lot of pollinators to the yard. I also found out when the dog has an itchy tummy, he likes to snack on the lantana. So look at this planter. Earlier this week, this one was in full bloom with the red dahlias. They're starting to die, so I'll have to deadhead them soon. And then here's my favorite planter of the season. It's doing really well. Wasn't sure what color dahlia I was going to get in it, but I got this nice, almost as a yellow, orangey, pinky color, so it ended up matching the pot very nicely. Look at this one. And again, like I had forgotten what color dahlias I had planted in, so a couple days we should know what color this one is. Well, everyone, I hope you are enjoying your summer. You are staying cool. It has been very warm here in Minnesota. We have been watering the plants every day, having to run the irrigation every other day, which I'm not very thrilled about, but our grass is starting to look green again. So, you don't want to be that neighbor with the dead grass. Anyways, I hope everyone has enjoyed their weekend and that they had a safe 4th. And yeah, so until next time, this is Sarah from Straight Talk with Sarah and William.